With Insomniac Games announcing a new Wolverine game, I think it's only fitting that we take a look at the best game that killer Canadian has ever starred in, X-Men Origins Wolverine. X-Men Origins Wolverine is an action-adventure game developed by Raven Software. They were responsible for some of the best superhero games of the early 2000s. Games like X-Men Legends 1 and 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. They were pretty awesome. Then Activision threw them into the machine to make Call of Duty games. They've been doing that ever since. X-Men Origins Wolverine is also loosely based on a movie by the same name. In my personal opinion, this is the best Wolverine game, but it's also the best licensed game based on a movie. So, because this game is loosely based on the movie, you'll be going through a lot of the same story beats that the movie did. But you'll meet new characters along the way, like Mystique, and you'll go to different places, like the compound where the first Sentinels are being built. Probably the biggest change from movie to game is the gore. This is Savage Wolverine, the one that you cannot really do on the big screen, only in the comic books and only in games. This Logan don't give a fuck. He slashes, rips and tears anybody that gets in his way. Parts will be flying, people will be dying. All of this gore just lends itself to the combat. While we're on the subject, let's talk about the combat. It's pretty straightforward from the hack and slashes of the 2000s. You have your light attack, your heavy attack, and those can be stringed together to create combos. It does feel like it takes a lot of inspiration from the God of War franchise. As you slaughter your way through enemies, you build up a rage meter, and that rage meter can be spent on special moves. Using these special moves while doing a combo can really rack up the damage. It really feels like your adamantium claws can cut through anything. The combat is definitely the highlight of this game. It stays fun all the way through. As you play through the game, you'll get a variety of enemies. The only gripe I had with this is, even though there's a variety of enemies, I never really had to change up my strategy regarding combat. The combat is broken down by puzzles and platforming. The platforming never felt like it got in my way, but the puzzles did slow it down a little too much. They're just too simple, never really a challenge, and I get it, it is more about the action, so you don't always need a difficult puzzle, but it just felt like it got a little repetitive after a while. But I can't talk about platforming and puzzles without talking about the levels. This is not an open world game. It follows more of a linear path, like the God of War games. The levels for the most part are pretty varied. You'll be visiting snowy mountains, underground labs, but because this is an Origins game, you do get a lot of flashes into your past. That is almost half of the game, and all of those levels are the same. They all play off in Africa. So for every new area you discover in the present, you know that when you think back to the past, it's gonna be straight to Africa, and they quickly become the weakest levels in the game. To encourage you for exploration, there is a few collectibles hidden within the levels. Those collectibles, when collected, will unlock a challenge that, when beat, you unlock a new costume. Unfortunately, most of these costumes are just a reskin of the classic Wolverine. You can also discover mutations laying around that, when equipped, can enhance certain senses like your healing factor or your attack damage or your special moves. They add a light RPG system to the combat. X-Men Origins Wolverine is an awesome hack and slash game. It's gory in all the right places. Its combat is meaty. Do I recommend this game? Hell yeah I do. This game is far from perfect, but it's perfect for me. The only thing that really makes me sad is that this game is very difficult to get hold of. If you do not have a physical PS3 copy, chances are good you won't be getting this game. Its publication rights kind of expired, so you don't find it on Steam anymore or any digital marketplace. And even if you do find it, it is not supported for most modern PCs. And that is depressing. A really awesome game being forgotten in time, slowly fading out of memory. But not mine. It will forever be fondly remembered, and even now, when I'm playing it again, it definitely still holds up. I'm Lazersamuraigg GG, and this town is big enough for the two of us. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video and you'd like to see some more, hit the like button. And if you're a newcomer, please subscribe. You'll be helping out the channel in a big way. Keep it GG guys. Keep it GG.